A huge shout out to Lucid for sponsoring this video and for helping me take my Future Me activity from this to this. Now, this particular activity is part of my financial literacy unit, but there are so many other ways that you can use mind maps in Lucid. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm here in Canvas. I'm just going to build this in my sandbox course. It works best, I think, to go ahead and build out your activity in Lucid and then embed it into your assignment, your discussion board, your page, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the left-hand side here in my navigation and click on Lucid Whiteboard. So you may need to link your Canvas to Lucid just the first time. I've already done that. So once I click on Lucid, it's going to take me right to the page where I can click on Open Lucid. So I'm going to click here, and then I am ready to start. Now I'm going to dive in with a blank Lucid Spark board, but I've also created a template for you. So you can either use a template to get started or a blank board. I'm going to do a blank board. So I'm going to click on Add New, and I'm going to do this in Lucid Spark, and we decided to do a blank board. So we are going to do that. Let me click off of the templates here. So clicking there, we're going to do that by starting with, and actually Lucid has a really nice starting place here. I am going to scroll down until I get to the organizers menu. I'm going to click on that organizers menu, and then down here towards the bottom, it could not be easier. I'm just going to click on mind map. And then I can drop this wherever I want to drop it. I'm going to drop it, say, right here. Now I'm going to do my Future Me activity for my students, but this could also be classifying birds or working through the food pyramid. It might be classifying the bones of the body. I mean, there's so many different things that you could use this for. I'm going to use this for Future Me. And then this is going to be for Angie. So I want to designate each of these branches. You can add more branches here, but let's start by designating the branches. I am going to have them focus in on 4 places. That's going to be your future career, if I can spell that right. Your future career, of course, finances. And then over here, lifestyle, which I think is probably where I really want them to start focusing in. And then we're also going to be doing a big project when it comes to housing, but I want to break that up. I don't just want to do housing. I'm going to do future house. And then I want to link another branch off of Future Me here. So right from here, I can either do enter, which will do a sibling branch. So we call this the parent. The Future Me is the parent. And then right now I've got some siblings. So I want another sibling here. I can click the plus button, and that gives me another sibling. Or let me do a Control Z there. Or I can go back here to future house. Or I could just do enter. So enter gives me another sibling, so another one there. If I were here in future house instead, I could also click the plus button. The plus button is going to give me another child. So it's going to branch off this way. Or let me do a Control Z here. The shortcut keys are so nice. You can also just do tab to get that child. Okay, I'm going to do Control Z, and I just really want the future house here. Now from here, I can start building things that I want them to fill in. So if I scroll over here just a little bit, so I'm just going to move my map over a little bit, I can start to branch off from career. You can either use the plus here, or you can use tab to continue to move off of there. Okay, so let's move it out of the way a little bit more. So for their career, I want to know what field they're going to go into. I'm going to say field/job. I also want to know about their education. I did it by clicking the plus button. I want to know what the job outlook is. And I also want to know the future salary. They can add more to this. So if they wanted to, they could branch off of the field and job and actually tell me exactly where they wanted to work within that field. We're going to use nursing as an example. So I use mynextmove.org for this activity. And in mynextmove.org, I already searched for nurses. And as we scroll down here, we get some really nice information about training, so education and job outlook and the future salary. I also have them take screenshots. So I'm going to do a screen grab. On my computer, it's a Command-Shift-S to do a screen grab. I'm just going to grab this here. It copies it, and I can drop this right into my board by doing a Control-V. You could also right-click and paste. So we're getting some great information on here, plus some visuals for our students. So I'm going to type right over what the field is, and this is going to be nursing, and then they can start to type in the education that they've learned about, the job outlook, and so on. And then maybe here they want to say that they want to work in a clinic setting or something, so they can give me more details. Okay, so continuing to move this around, notice how my job outlook isn't kind of connected right now to my map. That's because I need to put this in a frame. Now I'm here at 83%. Let me make this just a little bit smaller. I'm going to add a frame. And I think the easiest way to do that is from our table of contents here. So if I click the table of contents, right now you'll notice that there's nothing in the table of contents. I strongly recommend using frames. It makes it so much easier for students to find what they need on the board. So I'm going to click Add a Frame, and we're going to put a frame right around all of this that we have done so far, and we're going to continue to branch off of that. Okay, great. So I'm going to click that. I also want to add a second frame, actually. So I'm going to move this frame out of the way, and I want to add another frame with sources. So let's add another frame here. Add new frame. We'll give it a name here in a minute, but let me move it over here. I'm just going to resize. I'm hovering, and you need to click it first. I'm going to hover to get that resizing tool there. So I'm just going to resize this, and I want to make sure and drop in things like that website. So I'm going to use a text box here, and I am going to go ahead and drop in a link, but I need to get that link. So I want mynextmove.org. I'm going to get rid of all of that. So I just want this. Let's go ahead and highlight it. I'm going to copy it with a Control-C. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to drop it in as a link. So just doing that again. And this is my next move. And this is career exploration. Say career exploring. And then I'm going to put the link here. Okay, and then apply. So they've got that link that they can now reference as they're moving through the whiteboard, and they can add their own links here too. So let me move this just a little bit, and I'm going to put text here for instructions. And I'm going to say add any links that you've used for this project. Now, what I've done in the past is to have them work in a Google Sheet. They fill out all of this information, they add some photos, and then we start doing some things in class, and they continue to build on it. But what I found is that this, where am I? This is so much more interactive, and it's also much less restrictive. Now we can go right to the frame, and I want to do frame 1. Let's actually rename that. I'm going to double click on it, and this is our Future Me mind map. And I'm also going to rename the other one. So this one is sources. Let's also, while we're here, name the board. And it's really important to name the board because you want to be able to find it when you attach it to an activity or an assignment in Canvas. So I'm just going to call this the Future Me mapping. Okay, let's see, what else are we missing here? So I have done, let's move this one up. Actually, I can grab both of these and then move them together. Did you see how I did that? I just clicked, held, and drug, and I can go ahead and do this. So for lifestyle, I would have them add things like things that are really important to them. Like maybe they want to be close to family. If I just hit enter here, it's going to give them another child off of lifestyle. So the enter works so nice here. Maybe it's really important to them that they travel. Faith might be important. I mean, there's so many things that they can add in here. If there's something there that you don't want, you can just backspace to delete. Okay, so now this is going to live here, and I can also add a photo for lifestyle. I'm going to add a photo. Say they want to travel to Amsterdam. This is a cool picture. I'm just going to copy that image and then drop it in, Control V, and then make it smaller. It is so interactive and so fun. Now say that you get down here, let me make this a little bit bigger, and you're like, oh, you know what? I actually wanted them not just to, you right click and move this. So I'm right clicking to move this. I didn't just want them to think about their future house because they need to live somewhere before they're able to move into a house. So if you wanted to add something else here, you can go right back up and add another branching. So this would be another sibling, right? And so this is going to be apartment or temporary housing. And maybe I wanted this one to come above housing and then housing to be at the bottom. So I can click, hold, and drag this, and you can see how it gives you these little faint blue lines. It tells you exactly how you're attaching it. So I actually want this to be up here instead. And then we can, again, just clicking the plus sign or the tab sign, I'm going to right click and move this over. We can start to add things like location, enter monthly rent, enter utilities, and you can see how everything just auto changes except the frame. So you want to tell your students that they can go ahead and extend this frame. All I'm doing is clicking on the frame, and once I've clicked on the frame, I get those double arrows and I can go ahead and extend it and extend it. Now I'm going to attach this. There's more that you could do, of course, but I'm going to go ahead and attach this as an assignment, and I want students to do this individually. I'm going to go ahead and click, though, the People tab to make sure that my settings are how I want them. I do not need to be a facilitator here. I'm just going to leave everything, though, as is. I've got it saved here, so I am ready to go. Let's go back into Canvas. I'm going to add it into modules as an assignment. So let's go ahead and add it here. I'm just going to add it here in week 1. So clicking that plus button, I want an assignment, create an assignment, and this is going to be Future Me Mapping, and then add item. I'm going to click that so we can populate the item and then edit. Now what we're not going to do is to put the whiteboard here in that rich content editor. I'm just going to put my instructions there. If I put it there, then students can all work on the same board and be changing the same board. I really want this to be an individual board, so I'm going to show you how to attach that. So here you're going to put your instructions. You're going to say use the Lucid board to add in your future me details. I suggest working on the board using full screen mode. Look for the tools in the lower right-hand corner. You can also use the table of contents in the same location to find the frames you need. Okay, so you can of course include more instructions there. I'm going to make this, let's just make this a 10-point assignment. I'm going to leave it there in assignments. Submission type, this is where you're going to attach your board. You're going to click the down arrow and you're going to attach a Lucid board here. So I'm going to choose Lucid here, but just choosing Lucid isn't enough. I need to attach the board also. I wish this, instead of just saying Lucid, I wish it said attach the board or something. So I'm going to click there. We're working in Lucid Spark. So I am going to click next, and then I'm going to go to my documents next. And it should be the last thing. Yes, there it is, Future Me Mapping. So I'm going to choose this and select it. I am going to allow unlimited attempts. You could, of course, add here a due date. I'm going to keep it really simple and then just do save and publish. You'll notice that Lucid gives me this sharing warning here, but as long as students are opening up the board inside of Canvas, which they will be, they'll receive their own copy of the mind map to work on and submit. So we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and click X. Know that this is exactly what the student is going to get. Once they work on the board and decide they've got it how they want it, they're going to click Submit. You're going to get a PDF of their board, and you'll be able to grade that. The mind map that we use today is a free template. Look for the link in the description down below. I've got a lot of other tips for you with Lucid and other Canvas tools. Another video for you here.